Hey there, history buffs! The Shroud of Turin is back in the spotlight, and this time it's thanks to a new scientific dating method. Some archaeologists and scientists claim they've dated the shroud to the 1st century AD, linking it to the era of Jesus. But before we jump to conclusions, let's break down why this new dating doesn't actually prove anything. First off, the researchers date the shroud to roughly 55 to 74 AD. Sounds close to Jesus' time, right? Well, not quite. Jesus is believed to have died around 33 AD, so these dates are 22 to 51 years after his death. In other words, we're talking about a time gap that doesn't directly connect the shroud to Jesus himself. Second, just because the shroud dates back to the same era as Jesus doesn't mean it has anything to do with him. There were plenty of crucifixions back then, and any one of those could have produced a similar image. The date alone doesn't eliminate the possibility that it belonged to someone else entirely. Third, there's no divine connection here. Some people assume that the image and bloodstains on the shroud must be of divine origin. But the truth is, we still don't know how the image was created. No one has proven that it required a miracle. Fourth, even if the cloth itself is ancient, that doesn't mean the image was created at the same time. The fabric could have been made in the 1st century, but the image might have been added much later. We simply can't be sure. Fifth, let's not forget about the possibility of forgers. The early centuries were rife with artifact obsession. Crafty individuals could have easily forged the shroud. Remember, there are supposedly enough pieces of the original cross to build a house. Forgery was not uncommon, so what's the takeaway? Scientific dating can only tell us the supposed age of an item. It doesn't provide evidence that Jesus or his disciples ever had contact with the shroud. Without verifiable and credible evidence linking Jesus to the shroud, all we have is a date for its manufacture. Remember, mistakes can be made. Don't let scientific dates confuse you. They don't reveal much about the true history of an artifact. Thanks for tuning in, history buffs. Stay curious and keep questioning.